Hello everybody, Mish here, and today doing week 19 of the Margarete Miller Challenge. I will still be working in my Moleskine sketchbook. It is very thin pages. It does withstand, some gluing and tape, but it doesn't really take on a lot of water. And it is getting quite puffy already for this week, the 19th week. I think what I may do is do maybe half the challenge in this and then try a different book with different kind of paper for different types of collaging. But this week, the 19th week, is the prompts are architecture, something with wings, a bumpy surface, a coin or currency, black and white, and bonus is some squiggles. So when I started looking for something for architecture, it was really ironic. I had just come from the thrift store and had picked up a couple of things on architecture. So this digest I thought was quite good because it just had different sizes of buildings and interiors and stuff. So I thought that was pretty good, but I absolutely love this one. And this was just talking about architecture itself, columns and windows and cornices and stuff. So I was thinking, oh yes, I'll definitely get something out of there. But another thing I considered was these kind of windows. And it wasn't until I kind of was going through this book on Rome that I had picked up that I started to get my images. And then a theme presented itself, which often does. So I'll get to that in just a second. And the things with wings had a number of different, some of the Tim Holtz ephemera on insects, and just other die cuts that I had, maybe a bird. And as far as a bumpy surface, I thought about like cardboard, or I have a thing that you can wind through and it makes any kind of material bumpy. Well, any kind of card or paper. And then I thought, well, maybe a contender would be to get out some embossing folders, emboss your paper, and then just use the embossed image here. But I decided against going with that, so we'll get to that in a second. And then for currency, I just looked at a number of different types of currency, different country currency, different types of things we could use as currency. I found something very interesting in that for a long time the cowrie shell was used as a currency and was still used in Africa into the 1900s, so that was pretty interesting. And then there's black and white, which is self-explanatory. So I'm going to start, as I normally do, just by putting down some background. I haven't had very luck lately with my runner tape, but we'll see what happens. See what happens today. Today is the 10th of May. Can't believe we're so far into this year already. Wow. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, and next week on Monday we have Victoria Day. So there's a holiday. It's always nice. And then part of I found this image in that architectural book, and I thought it fit two categories. It actually fit with the black and white kind of scheme, but it also fit with three, with the architecture, because they're kind of carving out something to go on a cornice, and but also that would be bumpy. So when I thought about the bumpy, I kind of considered, well, my journal's getting kind of thick already. Did I want to add too much dimension into it at this point? But I was, thinking, yeah, maybe. But I thought I would put this down anyway, because then it could meet the challenge in many different of the categories. So then I think I'll put that kind of down. This is black and white. See, I just have no luck with this runner tape. It's usually always back to the Elmer's glue. Just got to get it started here. I use the Elmer's glue a lot in my collaging. It seems to withholds quite well. So stick that down. And then in this corner, kind of thought I would put a little pop of color. I think pink and black go well together. What about you? And how are you guys getting along with the challenge? Those that are watching, that are doing the challenge, let me know in the comments. It's always nice to hear what your thoughts are. So then, for my architecture, I found this really cool picture of the Trevi Fountain in Rome. I was actually there one year on Valentine's Day, and it is kind of romantic. So I generally don't like to put something across the page, just because I just find that sometimes it's hard to settle it down. But I really like that, and I felt as a focal point that would kind of bring everything together. And I'm going to try to put, as I usually do, I'm going to put this inside in the corner of it, so that I can hide my prompt in the actual collage. And if I want to look at a page later and think, oh, what were the prompts again for that one? Then I'll have a tuck spot there, which is great. I'm going to try and center this. Excuse my head if it gets into the video, and I'm not sure. I think I'll put it right about there. So we'll center in the crease first. I got a little bone folder here, and then kind of draw it up. Let's see if we can get it tacked down there. Awesome. And then again, going with some black and white. I kind of considered, maybe I'll put that under there. Considered putting a little bit of music, black and white music score underneath there. Maybe like that. The weather here today is fantastic. I think it's about 12 degrees maybe or more. We were out in the garden this morning just raking up some leaves and pruning back my hydrangea and a couple other bushes that I have. It's recycling day tomorrow, so we can get it into the green bin and get it out. Right, so that's the architecture. So something with wings, and this is the image that I got for this one actually determined what my layout was going to be. So I found part of the Trevi Fountain with the winged horse, and if you're looking at the Trevi Fountain here, it's right here over to the side. So I thought, wow, and it's something unique. I love my butterflies and dragonflies, but a winged horse, that's pretty cool. So I thought I'd put him up in the top corner. And for my bumpy surface, I'll get to that in a second. The coin or currency, well, then I saw a picture of somebody throwing a coin into the fountain. And legend has it that if you are there and you throw a coin in, that means you're going to return someday. So I did throw a coin in, but I'm not really optimistic that I'll get back there. So we've got our black and white, and then we'll do our squiggles. So the only thing left is a bumpy surface, and I want to kind of save that to the end. So I am going to do just a little bit of embellishing. I really love the embellishing part. And what do you do when you're in Rome? You send a postcard. Or I do. I always send postcards. I send them to my friends, but I send them to myself as well. And then I put it sort of into a journal at the end, and it gives me a good kind of daily thing that I've done. I try to send, a few from the different places that I've gone to. Okay, so then I thought, I love my washi, so I thought maybe we'll put down a little bit of washi here and there. Just something to make the page pop a little bit. Gotta love washi. I love washi. And I'm pretty much caught up now. I started the challenge quite late, and but this is week 19, so I'm hoping to get this, and I still have to edit week 18, but to get it posted this week, and then I'm all caught up, which will be lovely jubbly. So we got that down. I just need, I'm going to put something here. I think I need a little bit of washi here, and this is washi that has a self-adhesive on the back, which sometimes can be fiddly to get it off. You gotta hold your mouth the right way, as my mother would say. Okay, and that's very subtle, but it doesn't pick up that well on camera, but I like it. And then maybe just another little pink strip here. Try to get it straight. All right, so then the thing that I want to do for a bumpy surface is, see if we can do this without causing a catastrophe, is I want to just do some wax. Melt my wax. I don't have here at this, right here, the spoon. You can get a little spoon that kind of helps you. But once we get the wax dripping, a good little drip, then I always thought I'd put it here in this corner. I think it's better when you use the spoon, to be honest, because you can kind of melt it all at once and then pour it on in a little dribble. But I don't want to add too much dimension here, so something just satisfying about wax. And then maybe just a little bit to round it up a bit here on the side. And then we'll blow it out. And then the stamp that I'm going to use, we'll just leave that on for a second. Just make sure that's secure. That and that. And then I thought I had these little pink sticker sheets here. Just trying not to hit the handle of that. This is, I think it's simply, yeah, it's Simple Stories. This sticker pad. It's an older one, but, and then maybe get some stickers down around the edges to frame the focal point a little bit. Get this off. Maybe is that too far away? I think I'll just put it there. Cute. Let's take this off. So there's our bumpy surface. It's hard to kind of catch on camera, I think, but it is it's a flower. And so that gives me a little bit of bumpiness. And then I just want to do, for my squiggly lines, I thought that I'm just using my Ranger archival ink and a stamp, and then I just stamp off just to kind of make sure that it's loaded up, and then I'll just maybe cancel that stamp there, and then maybe put that up there to kind of cancel that, and I think maybe one down here. Okay, and then I have a little round stamp from Florence, and we'll just maybe stick that there. And I have a few little squiggly lines there. So there's squiggly lines on there, and then some squiggly ones over here. Let's stick get around the page. And how's that looking? Yeah, not bad. So then I want to put the date on. Just date the bottom of the layout here. I have one of those little, there we go, one of the little rotating, rotating date stamps. All right, so I think we've got her covered for this week. We have our architecture. We have something with wings, our winged horse that's in the Trevi fountain, or beside it, a bumpy surface. We have our coin being thrown into the fountain, some black and white, and some squiggly lines. So thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe, leave a comment. I love hearing your comments, and we'll see you next week for the week 20. Okay, bye. Have a great week.